Alright, hey, what's up everybody? GratuiTous, Beatstruggles.com, and one thing I struggled with when I first started up was connecting my speakers to like my audio interface. Before I had an audio interface, I wasn't really sure how the connections all worked and everything. And so if you guys are just starting up and you guys are kind of trying to figure out what an audio interface is, I'd recommend watching this video first before this, because in this video I'm going to show you guys how to connect your speakers to your sub and your audio interface, just to kind of show you guys the connections, because again, I had trouble starting up, and I see in my other videos that this is a pretty popular topic, like it's getting lots of views. So I made this video to kind of hopefully help you guys out when it comes now to connecting a sub. So let's just go and check this out. Alright guys, so what we're trying to do here is we're trying to plug our speakers into our audio interface with the sub. So first of all, an audio interface, it's just like a sound card that is outside of your computer that you plug in USB. And it takes like a load off your computer, and then it also makes it easier to plug like microphones in, or like guitars or anything like that. It makes it a lot easier to like record them. So that's pretty much the purpose of an audio interface. It just kind of takes a load off of your computer and it makes it easier to record and plug in these kind of speakers and stuff like that. So I'm going to take you guys in a different view here, and we're going to actually check out the connections of how it all works. Alright guys, so if you only have an audio interface and a speaker, you just need one cable, and that would just go from your audio interface right to your speaker. But now since we have a sub, you're going to have to go from your audio interface to your input here, and then from the output you're going to go to your speaker. So you're going to need two cables if you have a sub. Alright, so this is the TRS 1/4 inch cable, and you know it's TRS by the rings here. There's two. A TS just has one. And I'm just going to be plugging this right into the audio interface here. Okay, so first I'm just going to show you the connection here. We're going to be plugging it in TRS output 1 or 2. It doesn't matter. This is like your left or right speaker. So I'm just going to be plugging it, let's say in 1. Let's say that's our left speaker. And I'm going to do that for like the sub as well. So we're going to keep it left. Okay, so that's plugged in. Now this is the other side of the cable. And this is going to go right into the input on the sub. So again, we're going to keep it left. Now from the input, we are going to go from the output left right to the speaker. Now here's the other side of the cable, and this is going to be going right into the speaker. And that's it. So that's your connection. So from your audio interface, it goes, let's say that's left. Now it goes to your input on the sub. So input left, output left, and that just goes right into your sub. So again, it's pretty simple stuff, but if you don't know how to do it, this video may help you tons. So one really cool feature about this subwoofer is it has a bypass switch. So what a subwoofer bypass means is they've given you a pedal here, and whenever you hit this pedal, the subwoofer will turn off. So here's like the other end of the cord of it. So now whenever you hit this pedal, your subwoofer is going to turn off. And that's just a really nice feature, because if you're mixing and maybe if you feel it's too bassy or there's just too much going on right now, you can hit that pedal, your sub turns off, and you know, you can kind of maybe hear things a little bit clearer. Or if it's at nighttime and you still want to listen to your music a little bit louder, but the sub is just kind of, you know, shaking the house, you can turn the sub off, and you know, it gives you a lot more flexibility. Alright guys, so I'm GratuiTous, this is Beatstruggles.com. Stay up to date with Beatstruggles. We had the occasional contest going on. Beatstruggles also has a sound pack flyer, so you guys are able to save huge money on sound kits. These sales are only exclusively through Beatstruggles. You know, like we take high quality sound design companies and we give you a discount. So be sure to check out the link of the sound pack flyer in the description. One tip I'll give you guys is make sure you get longer TRS cables. Like if you need it 6 feet, you know, maybe get it a little extra longer, because I've had situations where, I don't know, like sometimes I move around like my studio setup, and I want to move my sub somewhere, and I just can't because my cables aren't long enough. So always keep that in mind. Maybe get an extra longer cable, like not like huge, but maybe a little bit bigger than you need just for comfort, you know what I mean? Because if you want to move around your setup and your cable's too short, well, you can't, you know? So I hope this video helps. I know the other videos, they got a fair amount of views, and I can tell people were struggling because I get lots of questions on it. So this is how you set it up with your sub. So again, it goes from your audio interface to the inputs here, and then from the output to your speaker. And remember, you're going to need TRS 1/4 inch cables, and you're going to need 2 of them because now you're including the sub rather than just from the audio interface to the speaker. You now have audio interface, sub, and speaker. So you need 2 TRS cables. And yeah, so that's it. If you guys have questions, leave them in the comments. Please subscribe, keep up to date with Beatstruggles, and I'll talk to you guys later.